walking out. So, I think my wife might be having something going on with her female personal trainer. They have known each other, training about 6 months now. The reason I suspect is they have become really friendly with each other, touchy, smiling a lot and long eye contact. They train at our house 6 days a week. They always hug and kiss on the cheek when the personal trainer leaves. They also go out for a coffee sometimes. One incident that really raised my suspicion afterwards was when I came home early from work. They were upstairs in our bed and my wife was laying on her stomach receiving an oil massage and she was only wearing a towel over herself. I asked what's going on and she said, "What does it look like?" "I'm getting a massage." Apparently, the personal trainer is also a trained physiotherapist. I could tell from my wife's look she was a bit turned on, but I didn't think more about it then and went downstairs to have a glass of water and wait for them to finish. A week later I noticed wife had forgotten her phone home on the table and decided to take a look and saw this weird text from my wife to her trainer: "That massage was so good, you have good hands. We need to do it again with more time and uninterrupted." No other messages between them on the phone. She probably had deleted them if any and forgot this one. What should I do? Do you people think there's something going on? Haven't confronted her yet. I feel like I need more proof. I mean, they could just be friends like BFF and I'm just paranoid and imagining everything. I realize my post was a bit misleading and messy since I had to go somewhere and I made it in a hurry. The important information I forgot to add in the opus is that the trainer is a woman. Yes, I would never let a male personal trainer train her. See, now this is not so simple anymore. I think it's pretty standard to have the top off when getting a back massage. Also, many use oil to ease the friction. I don't know if she was wearing anything under the towel really, as I didn't think much about it back then until I saw the text. They have a set time when the trainer comes over at our place around 1 hour before I come home from work, I guess. I don't really know if she's deleting texts since there was only this one to her trainer among the other normal texts. I'm going to look at the phone bill, though I'm sure they talk on phone at least since they have become friends, so not sure what to look at. I don't think they were having fun though, it looked a bit weird. That combined with the text is the reason I posted to ask here. Kissing on the cheek, I don't know really what it could mean. My wife is a sports crazy nowadays, so a long time I didn't think much of it until I started to notice how they interact. They are indeed a bit too touchy and they both seem to have fun. And yes, the personal trainer is very attractive, as you would assume from a woman who works out a lot and is in shape. It's hard to figure out since they are friends and many of the exercises require some form of touching, I guess. I don't really know how to figure out her orientation. I'm going to look like a stupid jerk if I go and ask her directly. I'm going to look at the VAR option. Yes, they are sometimes quite loud with their exercises and could be hard to tell what's happening from sound alone. My wife told the massage was an extra favor because she's her favorite client when I asked, and that's when I found out she's apparently a masseuse also. There's a lot going on even in their workout, and it's sometimes hard to tell if they are just professional or touching on purpose. Many of the moves would be a no-no for two men. Yes, it was an extra favor. They are that good friends. I guess I need to think about boundaries. The thing that set me off was in the text. It felt like they were going for something more and I interrupted them, and now they're going to do replay sometime in the future. I don't really feel comfortable putting cameras as it can get nasty if she notices something. Plus, it's creepy in my opinion. I got to look the VAR tomorrow. She was wearing her usual workout attire. What I've seen, I think they're called yoga pants, and a sports top. Nothing unusual. They were sideways on the foot end of the bed. She took a shower and came down dressed. Yes, I agree the text is weird. To all doubters, there was no saxophones playing. It looked like a normal massage, but when putting in context with the text it didn't feel so innocent anymore. All the things I mentioned in the opus, the touching, flirting, started to look suspicious only after seeing the text message. They are friends. It's not a strict professional environment. I suppose it was easier that way since our bed is quite huge. There was a towel between them. I guess it's wrong to say naked. Topless would be more accurate, but she was laying on her stomach, so no boobs showing or anything. Yes, yoga pants are what they are. Quite distracting, I would say. But that's what almost every woman wears when working out, minus those who wear the skin-tight shorts, which are even more distracting. Look at sprint runners for example. I've got a VAR coming. About the camera, not sure if I could stomach if there's something going on. I don't think many here would want to see their spouses cheating in action. Haven't really thought about what I would do if she were indeed having an affair. I think because it's a woman it's harder to see what's going on, as the rules are not the same exactly. No kids. We are living in an apartment, no complicated finances. She's single according to my wife. No idea about her boyfriends. Mounts top 3. I guess dancers are on top then. They don't actually train in the bedroom. We have a spare room for that with a cross trainer where I also have a bench and some weights. Her profession is personal trainer and she's only trained mount. According to my wife, she had sore shoulders, back muscles from the training, and she offered to help, which is believable with 6 days a week schedule. The oil they used was ours. I can't really tell her not to have friends though. That would be too controlling. I think it's healthy to have some friend time too in a marriage. Of course, not if it becomes too friendly. If I say something, she surely becomes aware and go underground if there's something to hide. I'm going to see what the cam shows. A quick update. I talked with my wife today and basically, I told her I didn't feel comfortable with her having massages half naked in our bed. She agreed and told me that she is going to have the next one at her place, the personal trainer, on a proper massage table. Right. I don't think she suspects anything from our talk. I didn't mention anything about affairs or infidelity. She didn't exactly use those words in my post but mentioned that since we don't have a massage table and the personal trainer has one, she could go there for her next massage if she needs one. She really took it that I'm not comfortable having anyone else in our bed other than her. Alright, I got some video material from the training room. Odd thing is they come in about 15 minutes before I arrived home and start doing some workout. They should be normally start 1 hour before I'm home as far as I know. Other than that, nothing unusual. VAR in the bedroom didn't pick up anything. I don't really know what to make out of this. I can't ask her why they came later without revealing myself. I want to clear some things to avoid repeating myself. I do realize the massage text was not appropriate. I was not sent downstairs during it. I left myself. They did not agree to meet over at personal trainer's place. Only my wife mentioned the possibility. There is no long-time relationship between them, unless she knows her from high school. I can't ask her about an affair without any proof. It will go poof. They obviously are not strictly professional. They are at least friends. I have set a cam and a VAR. What else? Okay, cam shows the same thing as yesterday. They come in 15 minutes before I'm home. I have no idea where they are coming from. VAR picked nothing again. I managed to take a sneak peek at her phone. The text about the massage was deleted and nothing else alarming between them, just some small talk stuff about this and that. I'm thinking about if I tell her to end their friendship, training, I still have these possible outcomes. 1. She will obey and be angry, resentful, hate me. 2. She will obey but go underground if they are screwing around or planning to and I will never know the truth. 3. She will dump me over her. Right now, the possible outcomes do not look that good for me if I tell her or not. Small chance for somewhat success. Bummer. I noticed today they have had some mildly flirty chatting going on Facebook, like complimenting each other's pics and looks with heart symbols thrown in there. Wife informed today that tomorrow they are going to go shopping for clothes together. I think I addressed this earlier. Even if I could attend, which I cannot be due to work, their training is my wife's hobby, her own thing she likes to do. I can't just tell her to change it just so I can join and spy on her. And that's what they would be required to do since their workout is specifically tailored for my wife, kind of what personal trainers are there for in the first place. Also, I don't see what I would achieve by attending their training or getting massages from the personal trainer. Obviously, they wouldn't do anything in front of me. Okay, I have a bad feeling about this. I don't know if the following makes any sense because I might be getting paranoid. Today, after their workout, the personal trainer is about to leave and they hug like they normally do. So, for whatever reason I just stand there nearby and decide to watch their interaction more carefully. Long and behold, my wife has her eyes closed during the hug. She then opens her eyes, looks me straight in the eye and notices me watching them and slowly starts departing from the hug. The personal trainer looks at my wife, turns her head, she has her back at me, and follows her gaze at me and then steps back away from my wife like quickly getting distance. I don't know what it is but they both totally look like deers in the headlights. Then after an awkward second, she looks away, says bye and leaves out the door and wife heads to the shower. All this happened relatively quickly and my logical brain is saying it's just my imagination but my gut is saying it's not. Duck. I realize my last post was quite a long brain babbling but it all happened really fast. And my wife ran for the shower as soon as the personal trainer was out the door. Well, not ran exactly but she was quick. She's also shopping with her, again, at the moment. Don't ask how she sneaked out and sent a text while I was watching TV. Had a confrontation in the talk this morning. First, didn't have a chance to talk with her yesterday as it was getting late and I dozed off in bed before the missus decided to show up. So, I woke up early in the morning and no sign of her. Checked my phone and there's some apparently drunken messages from her which made of little sense. Tried to call her cell and heard it ringing inside the house. Went to the living room and there she was, as was her personal trainer, sleeping and spooning on the couch. I woke them up and they both looked like deadbeats and like they were drunk. I kind of lost it and told the personal trainer this was not appropriate and told her to leave. After she left, wife started panicking and telling I'm taking this too seriously. That they were just out for a few drinks after shopping and decided to come crash at our place since it's closer and nothing else. I then basically told her this whole thing with her personal trainer was straining our marriage and she can't see her anymore and that she can choose it's me or her. She became all teary and telling me that it's not fair and generally making no sense while we went on a few rounds about boundaries. Although it seems like she's agreeing she's not talking to me at the moment. So now I'm the big monster. She's crying in the other room as I'm typing this. Talked with her a bit more. She said she forgot her phone on silent, which is a classic white lie excuse for not answering. Her story is that she didn't want the personal trainer to travel home alone that late. Her place is further away, so she invited her to ours. According to her, they were both too drunk, passed out while on the couch, and she has no idea how they ended up in that position. Right, she swears nothing physical has happened between them, yesterday or before that. So not admitting she cheated or anything. I did not go to sleep but was watching TV while waiting for her and fell asleep. Of course, I was worried where she is but nothing really I could do at that time. No regular girls' night outs. She has a Galaxy phone. I can't shadow her everywhere she goes. The personal trainer could also show up at her work for all I know. There could be a predator in the clothes store she buys her clothes from. The reason she chose women-only gym, and I understand her, is because in mixed gyms there is a lot of creeps just ogling women and following around offering to help, pick up artists, etc. I gave her a choice, me or her. We'll see. I just wanted to clear this as it has been implied here a few times now. She is not some easy girl or a serial cheater who gives in to the first person who hits on her. I trust her enough to have her be alone at her hobbies. How can you be married if you don't? It's impossible. I just don't trust her with this specific woman. They got too close for my liking. They had been training, what I would call pretty intimate as personal trainers often are, for over 6 months, so it's not like they just met. Besides, I have never heard of a gym where people go to sleep together. Got the text app working, nothing out of order so far. Not sure how useful GPS tracking would be in my case as she can't really go anywhere. She isn't supposed to without having noticeable delay. She is at work at day, then goes gym, then home. The personal trainer lives in totally different direction. Some people asked how she took the NC ultimatum, missed this earlier. Well, she isn't happy as expected but agreed to it. Acting hurt and few-worded. Can't really draw any conclusions from this as I'm sure even if they were just friends, she wouldn't be happy in that case either. We are in practice spending all the time together minus the hobby and work. We go swimming together 1 to 2 times a week. Have a date once a week. Quality time at home. Making food together. That summer we go sailing and to the beach. This training of hers is something that is her own, and if I push myself in there, she will look at it like I'm smothering her. She didn't come and start playing with me and my friends in our band because she knew it was my own thing and she honestly can't even play. If we went to a gym together, she would be doing her own thing anyway as her workout is specifically designed for women. She is specifically tired of telling dudes off. Has happened in the past and she quit the gym she used to go to. All were dudes, no women bothering her. Some muscle guys in gyms are really dumb, probably from all the growth hormone eating. Wife received a message today, someone asking if she'd go to the gym tomorrow and what time. She messaged back the time and see you then. So, they are going to meet. Seems you were all right after all. I just didn't want to believe she'd do something like this. I need to bust them. I could get there before they leave the gym. Wait there outside. I tried a couple phone number of inquiry services and they don't list the number, so it must be either a pay phone or a number that has been blocked from such services, aka a secret number. I don't recall what the personal trainer's number was as it was under her name on my wife's phone and I made her delete every contact info she had for her. I'm really crappy at this. All our friends are other couples and the wives are pretty much her friends, so I don't know if I can trust any of them. I will serve her with D the next week and give her a boot if she is meeting with the personal trainer tomorrow. I refuse to live like this if my wife turns out to be a W after all. The personal trainer is self-employed, so there's really nothing I can do about her. She is freaking, has my wife's picture on her front page. I feel so stupid and embarrassed that I don't know where to start. First, my wife went to the gym with one of her old friends who also works in the same place as my wife. The friend is married and her husband is a good friend of mine. I was there ready to bust her with a camera looking like a fool. So, I covertly drive the heck out of there. Or so I thought. Wife comes home and tells that she was at the gym today with her friend. I say okay and try to be nonchalant. She says she thinks I knew it already. I act clueless. She asks if I got anything to say. I say nope. She says okay then and goes upstairs, and we haven't spoken since. She's acting weird. I think she saw me. After a huge confrontation yesterday, she packed her bags and left. She wants a divorce. Where to start? Yesterday, after a couple hours of silent treatment, she suddenly came and threw the spy cam at my face. Then she went into our bedroom, ripped off the VAR and threw it at the floor in front of me. She then stated she's leaving and is going to pack her bags. I asked why and where she is going and she said guess. Don't I know already? So, I asked if she's sleeping with her and if I was right. She said ask other people since they all knew her so well. At this point it became obvious that she knows I'm writing this. I tried to explain but she was not listening. She said I'm the first person ever thinking if she is a W. She said she thinks I'm a narcissist and she's had enough and wants a divorce. I've been texting and trying to call her all day but she's not answering. I'm a mess right now, don't know what to do. I really messed up everything. This is getting worse. Had a talk on phone with mother-in-law today. Wife had talked with her earlier and is making me the bad guy in all this. MIL asked why I was secretly video recording my wife's trainer in our apartment. Apparently, wife had found a video on my PC from the pen cam where there is only the personal trainer alone in our spare training room stretching or doing yoga, whatever, in what mother-in-law described as skimpy outfit, and wife is nowhere to be seen. No surprise she believes her daughter. Why not? She's always been the perfect model child to her. I told my side of the story to mother-in-law when we spoke on the phone. She didn't clearly take sides but did not dismiss her daughter's story either. I am probably not going to go after the personal trainer. Besides the fact I really have no proof of anything, the truth is my wife is the one who is married. The personal trainer is single. This may sound gross, but judging by the comments I saw on the personal trainer's pics on her page, from other women, I could see her clientele actually going up if it was brought to public that she allegedly is into women. I think my wife is not actually thinking I'm being honest with her. I can't really say that myself either. I mean, I had cams, VARs, followed her around, checked on her FB and phone, discussed her on a public forum. She's probably not thinking of me as much of a friend at the moment. She most likely just played along to see how far I would actually go with this, and some comments from me on this thread along other things were the final straw. I realize now there is a possibility that her crying might not be about the personal trainer and NC at all. The friend who joined my wife to the gym came over with her husband and we had a talk. According to the friend, it was her idea to join my wife, so it was not a setup like some people have suggested. Still haven't talked with wife, or I probably should say STBX as it is. She wants a divorce. I am not interested focusing on the personal trainer. She is not the one I'm married to. I assume she is staying at the personal trainer's place. That's what her mom implied when we talked on the phone. Quite ironic, as most people have pegged me as a beta. We met when we were both 18 and in college. We both went to party at a friend's house, separately, and there was this one known jerk who I saw trying to grope a pretty girl, my future wife. Even she tried to shoo him away. He was just generally causing problem the whole time he had been there, so I went and asked her if this dude was bothering her. She nodded and I proceeded to throw him out. I mean, I literally walked him to the door and threw him in a nice arc onto the front lawn. I guess I was bigger than her, so he left silently and he never bothered her again. After that she came to thank and talk, and it started from there. This makes me sad. Well, there isn't really point of rug sweeping if she wants a divorce, is there? I know my wife could be capable of cheating. I even asked her if she is cheating before she left. But she gave no answers to that, so I'm left speculating here. What I meant is that even if I am rug sweeping, it does not matter anymore if we are getting divorced. Another thing I've been avoiding addressing so far is that I'm not living in the US but in Western Europe, and I'll leave it at that. I see many people in this thread are getting annoyed or outright hostile towards me, and I believe it is because of my way of writing. English is not my native language, so it is quite hard to express myself fluently, while I could do the same thing with half the words in my own language. I hope this makes things clearer. She didn't exactly refuse to answer but denied anything physical happening. She doesn't think the other events I witnessed are cheating. I have no experience about divorces, so what exactly I would need to protect. We have no kids or shared property really, so it would be 50-50 split pretty much. I will not accept the NC break, and she knows this. I have to admit though, it would be very hard bite to swallow if my wife thought I was gay and could lead to divorce eventually. I agree that she probably don't love me anymore, but I have a hard time believing it has been for a long time. If so, she is a very good Oscar-worthy actress. We've been together about 10 years and 7 married. She has always seemed to be happy with our life. The timing of this just happens to coincidence with the personal trainer showing up in her life. It does not have to nullify our whole marriage, however, if she fell in love with her or whatever during this time. Just got a text from STBX saying she's sorry what has happened and that she doesn't want to hurt me anymore. She has already, asking if we could talk tomorrow evening, so I guess I will get my answers then. She came over yesterday evening and we had a long talk. Things are a lot clearer now. She told that over the months she had developed strong feelings for her trainer. She was very apologetic and emotional and repeated that she did not want it to happen but could not stop it. After some questioning, she admitted they had kissed once the night they were drunk, but that it was all and nothing else had happened. I don't buy this, but it doesn't matter now anyway. She said she and the O had not talked about anything until STBX left our place and confessed to her, and she told the feeling is mutual. So, I was most likely the plan B. STBX had indeed discovered this post, and after going through it had questioned if she could trust me after all the spying, but confirmed it was not the reason why she wants a divorce. I got the usual "I still care about you but not in love with you" crap. She kept stressing that she has an emotional connection with the personal trainer that she has never had with me or anyone else. She also kept repeating that she is not attracted to women in general but only this one. I don't know what to make of that. Granted, we were both very young when we got together, 18, so neither of us is that experienced really. In a nutshell, I can't really compete with the O. That emotional stuff does really hurt more than any physical stuff could. In reality, all this probably means she is in love with her and they have had slept together multiple times. We are getting a divorce, so I have no energy to question her what has happened anymore. I have to accept it and I need to move on. We are trying to go through this as amicably as possible to avoid wasting all our money to lawyers. I want to make clear that according to my STBX, she was the initiator in all this. She admitted she knew that the personal trainer was into women quite early on from their chats. She admitted setting up the whole massage incident and all the unnecessary contact during their training. Knowing this, she is attractive and can be very seductive if she wants to. I know this from my own experience. Granted, all this could be her trying to protect the personal trainer, but I am not a vengeful person, so I'm not seeking for revenge. I can actually see my STBX seducing a lesbian, even a seasoned trainer one. Even if the O was a predator, my STBX was still a willing participant. She is the one who is married. I know you all want to see blood and see me go and ruin my STBX's and the O's life, but I am not going to do it. Snooping her past and stuff will only be detrimental to me in the long run. I get no satisfaction from it. I need to focus on me and my future life and not on theirs. One of her friends, her work friend, I talked to was already on her side while her husband took my side. It's going to be a mess. If anyone is interested, I filled and left the divorce application to the district court office today. There will be a 6 months cooling off period which will begin when they have informed her. After the 6-month period, one of us need to make a demand to the court and they make it final. I talked to half-acquaintance lawyer today and she doesn't think we need to lawyer up if we just split everything 50-50. I also asked her about the personal trainer case just to make some people here, who wanted me to go after her, happy, and this is what she said. The administrative agency which supervises physiotherapists will not do anything because I have no proof of anything unethical happening. It is my word against the two of them. My STBX is not a client of hers anymore, so they can go and sleep together on TV if they want and it will affect nothing. At worst case, I will get sued for defamation or slander. I'm not in the US and things work differently here. All they need to say they started their relationship after my STBX ended their contract, the NC letter, and I cannot prove otherwise. No offense, but I believe the lawyer, she knows the law better than any of us. Today after I left the divorce application, it's starting to finally hit me, the finality of it all. Even though it will take 6 months at least. It's weird after 8 years to come home in an empty and silent apartment. I've just been sitting here alone reading stories lately. I know I need to get out soon. Haven't told many people yet. The couple who visited and my mother. My big sister doesn't know yet. She lives in a different country. It's been few days since the last update. Wives had been informed about the divorce. She broke down while she was getting the rest of her stuff and started crying how she felt sorry and guilty about it ending like this. It was hard seeing her like this, so I walked out of the room while she was still talking. I guess I'm slowly becoming an emotionless jerk. She was with the wife doesn't have a car, who waited outside in her car. Talked a bit about splitting stuff, who takes what before she left. Quite useless update, huh? Not much has happened, just going through the motions day by day. I think I might be hitting a light depression. I have a doctor appointment next week. One thing I see discussed here is that the is a player, predator. My opinion is she isn't. The thing is, she is 25, so she's been doing the training at tops 2 to 3 years. If someone is a predator here, it's my wife's. She is the more confident one from the two, and I still think my wife's pursued her, not the other way around. It doesn't matter anymore though. About the taxes, we can't report expenses like this. It is a hobby. The tax is included in the price, and the one who has the business reports and pays them to the tax office. I haven't really talked to any of her friends but the one I mentioned earlier. I don't any of her girlfriends will dump her over this. My friends have been mostly supportive of me, but I don't think they know what to say since this not a standard situation exactly. I know it will be awkward if I go to hangouts we used to have, which I will, and if they will be there. She's going to show up there at some point, I'm sure. She has made it clear the is what she wants. In a sense, it has made this easier for me since I have no options. I just have to accept the reality. My comment, it took OP's STBX to confess for OP to accept the reality. However, although this is somewhat of a length story, the actual timeline was less than 2 months. Maybe that's why it took a while for OP to accept this affair is real. At least the divorce should be pretty straightforward and he can move on in his relationship.